Welcome, my lovelies. How are you guys doing? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. So we're doing a daily vibration today, but before we begin, I do need to start recording on the podcast because I am working smarter, not harder today, right? So welcome. Thank you. Let me just hit record on the podcast and we can begin, okay? Alrighty, so welcome once again. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you are tuning in via YouTube, welcome. If you're tuning in via my podcast, welcome. I appreciate each and every one of you. We are doing a daily vibration today for January 10th, 2020, and we're vibrating on the number 6 today, okay? So let's keep a few things in mind as we're vibrating on the number 6 today. We're definitely still operating with intuitive energy. And like I always say, it's your choice whether or not you choose to operate with your intuition or not, right? Your choice, right? So the announcements for today is we will not be doing the Paid Forward Friday live tonight. Tonight is the full moon meditation. So if you made your $20 donation, you will be receiving the link to the private meditation. However, if you are not joining us for the meditation, we will resume next week, okay, for Paid Forward Fridays, okay? So with that being said, my lovelies, I also want to remind you guys that we got a few more slots left for the donation of $31.73, where you can get an intuitive reading / coaching session with me. If you're tuning in via YouTube, you can find that information in the description box, along with all of the 3 classes that I'm offering. The 13-week class, which is about mastering yourself and bending space and time, creating your own reality. The second class is going to be how to intuitively read your tarot deck, okay? We're going to be using the Rider-Waite deck for that, going through all 78 cards, learning the basic meanings as well as you being able to trust your intuition and learning how to interpret the cards intuitively, using your body also as a conduit to interpret the energy. And last but not least, you would also be getting the class for trusting your intuition and speaking to the spiritual realm, speaking to your angels, your guides, your ancestors, and your higher self. So you guys can definitely check out the information in the description box. If you're tuning in via my podcast, you can email me at the number 4, your inner voice at gmail.com. Once again, that's the number 4, your inner voice at gmail.com, with any questions for any of the classes or specials, and I will get that out to you. Now, vibrating on the number 6 today. Today is, like I said, January 10th, 2020. Very, very powerful energy today. You know, the number 6 is like a significant number. Like, you know, the number 666 is like the symbol of man. Like, that's just the physical body makeup of man, right? Now, you guys can Google that. Like, that's out there for you to research. However, you start to get in a place within your journey where you know that there's just more than this physical body, right? Because some of you experience things that are not of this physical body. Some of you can intuitively pick up that there's other things going on. Maybe not just on the outer realms of your reality, but also internally. Some of you may feel like your internal world may not necessarily reflect your outer world, right? When we're thinking about the number 6 today, operating along with that intuitive energy that I spoke about in the beginning, you have to understand that number 6 also vibrates on unconditional love. So we're talking about pure love, pure source love, right? This is not love that says, I love you if, I love you but, you know, this is love where there are no conditions. Okay, so this is loving others or loving another, right? Without conditions or limitation on what you feel they need to come with, bring to the table, sacrifice, or do to make you feel loved, okay? Not to say that you're going to be a doormat to anybody when you are operating in unconditional love, because unconditional love also means recognizing that other people have the option and the right to experience their life's path in their own choosing. Okay. So even as parents, when you understand that you're truly just your child's guide, right? Because at the end of the day, as they grow up and they mature, they are going to do what they want to do. You can even kind of tell that at the young age. Like when you say don't do that, it's kind of like telling some kids do that, you know? So intuitively, you know that children are innately going to grow up and do what it is that they desire to do, right? So unconditional love today is in the atmosphere. Balance and harmony is in the atmosphere today. Honesty and integrity is in the atmosphere today. Healing energy is in the atmosphere today. Seeing clearly, this is a good one. Seeing clearly, that is in the atmosphere today. And I know for some of you that, you need that, right? All right, so seeing clearly, because there may have been some truth that has come in. I started doing the individual readings a couple of days ago. So a lot of people are going through change, going through transformation. There's a lot of transformative energy in the atmosphere. There's a lot of bringing balance and structure back into things. There's a lot of endings. There's a lot of, and there's been a lot of endings, but there's like a lot of like solidified endings, going on now. So if there was any doubt whether or not something was over or if something needed to be worked out, we're in that energy now where you're starting to see clearly, right? Maybe what steps you may need to take, even if you're afraid, home and family may be important for some of you today. Okay. So let me just give you an example. Okay. My kids get home every day. One of my children get home before the others. But can I say to you, like, because I am home based, right? I have the opportunity and I have the freedom to make sure that my kids get a hot meal when they come home from school, which they do. Okay. Which they do. Maybe Fridays, but even Fridays, if they, I might not be the one cooking the hot meal on a Friday. Yeah, they still guaranteed a hot meal when they get home from school. Definitely, as Kelly's niece will put it, they get slow food, which means cooked food, from Sunday to Thursday. Okay, so like the weekends they can do sandwiches or we can do something fun, right? But my job as a mother, when they get home from school on a daily basis, because I have that I want to say that blissful experience now in my life, that's part of my joy, right? That's part of me feeling like I'm taking care of my families, to make sure when my kids get home from school, because they don't always eat in school, they don't always like what they being served in school, that they get a hot meal. So we're talking about little things like that. We're talking about maybe something simple as being present with your children today, or being present with your loved ones today. Just being present, because family and home is going to be key. So something as simple as making dinner, and being able to be in the presence of family today. All right. So that's going to be important for some of you. Some of you definitely need to do that. It's the holidays. Some of you may have worked through the holidays. Some of you may feel like you've had enough of family throughout the holidays, right? However, be present today when you're interacting with family. Be present today when you're home. If you don't have children and it comes to the home front, it maybe something within the home needs your attention that you've been putting off. For some of you. And I'm hearing like a Laura, Sandra, Nikki, Rachel. Okay. If any of those names resonate with you, what I'm hearing is like you definitely need to move your furniture around in the house, and you need to cleanse or clear the energy in your space, okay? You need to do that. And once you cleanse the energy and you move the furniture around, there is going to be a lightness that's now present, okay? And that's in the home front, okay? So little things like that. It's a new year, a new fiscal year. We're still more in a hibernation mode. We're getting ready or getting prepared within the next couple of months to wake up and go into full spring mode with the full rebirth, So we're still like in the planning phase. The stretching, this feels good. I don't quite, I'm not quite up yet. So allow yourself to really create a warm, invited, and sacred place for yourself. Okay, so lower vibrational energy when it comes to the number 6 that you need to be mindful of is weak-mindedness, not just in the mind, but also in the body and in your soul. Okay, I don't know, for this, like, I'm really picking up a lot of sacral chakra energy, and that's where your emotions and change and relationship lies, right? So that's kind of like what's fueling and communicating with your heart, because all of that is still emotions and feelings, right? And we talk about your heart chakra all of the time in these videos. So now we do have that weak-minded, weak-willed, not just in your mind, but also in your body and in your soul. We have shallowness in the atmosphere today, submissiveness. And you know how I feel about being submissive. You need to ask yourself the question, what am I submitting myself to today? Right? Ask yourself that question. What am I submitting myself to today? That's going to be important for some of you, okay? Restless energy in the atmosphere, unsupportive energy in the atmosphere, selfish energy in the atmosphere today, and there's energy of easily being stressed, okay? So if you know there's energy of easily being stretched, you want to make sure that you're not emotionally baited today. Do not become someone else's emotional trigger today, because they're sitting in that fuck fight energy, okay? So which means they want to argue and then make up, so just be mindful of what's in the atmosphere, so you can choose what state you want to operate from, okay? Now, we're going to go ahead and do each zodiac sign's wisdom today. We're going to start off with the earth signs, because we're still in Capricorn season until the 22nd of this month, okay? So now, keep in mind, okay, your intuition is available to you all day, every day. It is your choice whether or not you interact with it, okay? So starting off with my wonderful Capricorns, we're using my chakra oracle deck today, okay? This is like one of my day one chakra cards. I absolutely love these cards. And Capricorns, today you have abundance popping up, okay? And this is definitely a solar plexus energy, and abundance is yours. Be mindful when you're operating with the solar plexus energy. However, my wonderful Capricorns, to pay attention to your ego. We have been talking about your egos now for a couple of days. So I really want you guys to be mindful about your egos in this energy, okay? Now, this is also going to be based on your perception of a thing, because you can sit over here and just see nothing but lost. Or you can see over here and get creative and inventive of how you can create your abundance, okay? For some of you, there's new ideas flowing literally. Write your shit down, okay? Like I said, you're in the prepping stage, okay? Springtime, you'll be ready to go, okay? Get it together. You'll be ready, okay? I've been hearing like, okay, because I've been seeing the sequence of 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3, 4 for a minute now, right? And every time I see that, it just reminds me of like ready, set, go. So like there's this ready, this set, and then there's going to be this go, okay? Now, Virgos, today you have recovery, which is a third eye chakra card. So whenever I see recovery, that's like unlocking. And because it's third eye energy, that's like unlocking your imagination, unlocking, or maybe even changing your perception, your perceptive or your perception of a thing, right? Being able to recover maybe even some memories that was lost. If you've been doing some spiritual work, this could be some downloads coming in. And we do have that full moon energy in the atmosphere. So this could definitely be some downloads coming in. Okay, my wonderful Virgos. But today operate in the sense of that you're going to be recovering things. things, okay? If you've lost something, you can operate today with the affirmation of there's nothing ever lost in the universe, okay? Recovering whatever you need, whatever you feel like you've lost, emotionally, mentally, physically, put it out there that today's the day of recovery for you, my wonderful Virgos, okay? All right, Taurus, today you have the prayer card, right? And this is a yellow card indicating solar plexus work, and we talked about that with Capricorn. So you're gonna have to watch your ego. And this card, they have the lemons and lemonade. However, you know how I feel. You watch any of my past video, this card doesn't just represent making lemonade out of lemons. No, you can make a whole meal out of lemons. You can make shrimp scampi with some fresh lemon juice. You can make some lemon chicken. You can make some lemon meringue pie. Like, you can create a whole feast with some lemons, honey. So are you going to be the victim today? Okay, right? Which is the prey, Prey, right? Or are you going to pray, Prayer, right? And know that everything that you pray for is already granted. You just need to know that. So really speaking, my wonderful Taurus, if you've prayed for something, you shouldn't really keep praying for the same thing. You need to get in a place of gratitude. So once you've prayed and asked for something, you need to stand in a place of gratitude that it's already given to you. Okay. All right. So my air signs, we're going to start off with my wonderful Aquarius. You guys have service popping up today, which is an orange border card, and this represents your sacral chakra. This is emotions, change, and relationships. You guys can feel like there's some change happening today in your relationships, or you may feel there's some change happening in your emotions that may affect change in your relationship. However, you need to pay attention to the change in your relationship. And when it talks about service, it's like, where are you giving your attention to? Who are you servicing with your attention? Okay, remember today we're operating with a lot of positive energy, intuitive energy. Home and the family is going to be key today. So it's not a coincidence that relationships are popping up in your energy field, my wonderful Aquarius. So deal with the emotions that they arise today. Don't try to shrink things back. Be open to the change. Give energy to the things that you want to see manifest and not the things that you're afraid of. Okay, that's going to be important. Okay, Gemini, gratitude is going to be key today. Some of you are birthing things, maybe in the spiritual realm, maybe in the physical realm, or maybe in the mental realm. Okay, so just sit in the place of gratitude today. Okay, unconditional love today is something maybe you may have to operate in, like, because it's kind of like once you change your perception from operating in a place of maybe not feeling grateful to a place of having gratitude. Once you shift yourself to a place like that, it puts you in a perspective where you're operating where your perception of things and people change. They become more harmonious. It's not as judgmental. Okay, my wonderful Gemini. So stand in a place of gratitude today. All right. Okay, Libras, you guys have expansion popping up, and this blue card represents your throat chakra. This is going to be about communication. Okay, so be mindful about that today as you're moving forward, how you communicate. Communicate with an expansive vision. Communicate clearly about what you desire to experience and not what you fear today. Operate with unconditional love. I just kind of feel like operate with unconditional love for everybody. Like, even, okay, so if you feel like you do not have unconditional love to give to everyone, give it to yourself. Because when you start giving things to yourself, it then kind of ricochets from inwardly out. Okay, and you just then become it. You don't even have to try. You just are. Okay. So, my wonderful Leos, because we're going to jump into my fire signs, we do have impatience popping up today. This is a throat chakra card. When impatience pops up, my wonderful Leos, this is asking you guys to really take the time to think about how you're communicating with another to get your point across. Maybe you may want to watch, your patient level today, my wonderful Leos. Especially I'm getting how you're communicating with others. You may come across a little irritable or impatient today. Remember, we do have that easily stressed energy in the atmosphere today, so you just want to be mindful of that, okay? Now, so Sagittarius, you have enlightenment popping up today. All right, but this is a solar plexus card, so you want to watch your ego and your will as you are gaining the enlightenment. Please don't feel like you better know other people or you know other people. You just like, because Sagittarius, you guys are very, very intuitive, so you need to be mindful today that your words and maybe sometimes how you say things can be very tactless is not the word. Just matter of fact, and it's the truth. You know, that's not to say it's not the truth, but sometimes it's not what you say, but it's how you say things, my wonderful Sagittarius. Okay, enlightenment is coming in today too, so maybe you want to just pull back and listen a little bit more today so you can gain the insight that you need. Okay, okay, so Aries, today you got guilt popping up. This is a sacral chakra card. This orange border is all about emotions, change, and relationships. I just got a headache. I don't have my glasses. I should have brought my glasses. Emotions, relationship, and change. Okay. This card is talking about guilt today. So please don't allow somebody to keep you in a loop of guilt. Okay. Like if you've made a mistake and you've tried to do better and there's nothing you can do, like you can't go back and unfuck something or unfuck someone. Okay. Now you know better. Now you've learned. Okay, or maybe not, you know. However, if you're having someone to guilt you all of the time, that's not going to allow healing to come in. That's not going to produce balance and harmony. That's not operating in integrity and honesty. And there's no unconditional love in that, especially not for yourself. So be mindful of that today. And don't hold anyone in guilt either today, my wonderful Aries. Don't do that. Don't be the one doing the guilt trip today, okay? So now, my wonderful Scorpios, you guys have the Faith card, which is a third eye chakra card with this purple border. And this is just about your perception and standing in faith today. Remember, balance and harmony is key today, all right? Seeing clearly is also key today. All right, so I kind of feel like everyone, because of all of this energy in the atmosphere and where the planets are aligned, there is going to be some clear information coming in for everyone. Okay, so this is why you want to be mindful of this healing energy that's coming in. So continue to do what you feel you need to do and operate with faith and your intuitive energy today, my wonderful Scorpios. Okay, Cancers, you guys have complacency, which is root chakra energy. This is what's grounding you, what's on your mind. This is where your fears and your anxiety lies, right? So complacency, what is in your life that's making you feel complacent, right? What just makes you feel down, like nothing is growing, everything is dead, nothing is just, you know, cold, nothing, you know, you just feel, right? What's going on within you? What emotions are you not dealing with? What things are you just replaying maybe too much? Who have you not forgiven? Who do you need to forgive? Who are you, okay, for some of you, why haven't you freed yourself, right? Some of you just need to free yourself emotionally and mentally, right? What's grounding you? What are you complacent in? Is it the job? Is it the relationship? Money, right? Identify exactly where you feel complacent and watch answers start to flow in for you, okay? Now, my wonderful Pisces, last but not least, you got the Victim card, which is this green border, which represents the heart chakra. And this card is all about time to grow up. This card is all about taking responsibility and maturing. The heart chakra represents love. It represents forgiveness, and it represents compassion, right? So, you know, even when you take a look at this acorn, you know that this can turn up and become a very strong oak tree, right? So it's just asking you to grow up and take responsibility where you're no longer anybody's puppet emotionally, mentally. You know, you're no longer triggered by what people think, by what people do, or by what people say. You can move in your own space, you know, move in your own energy and not be affected by anyone else's perception of you or your life, okay? So, with that being said, my wonderfuls, each of you, please be mindful to use your intuition today. Be mindful today that honesty and integrity is key. Unconditional love is going to be key. Seeing clearly for everyone is going to be key today. I kind of feel like you're going to be introduced to facets of yourself today. Some things you may want to embrace, some things you may want to release, right? Some of you will be having these experiences through youngins or the children, if not your children, other experiences with children. There may be some epiphany moments going on today, okay? So be open. Just be open, and a lot of it doesn't have to be big and grand. It can just be something subtle. It can be as simple as a word. Okay, so seeing clearly is in the atmosphere today if you're open to it. Okay, so just use your intuition to be able to see clearly today, and you will be guided. Okay, now keep in mind that today, Friday, January 10th, we're doing the full moon meditation, which is by donation of $20 only. Okay, so if you're interested in that, my loves, you guys can still join us. You have up until 7:30 tonight, because we're going live at 8:30. So by then I want to make sure that I've sent everyone the link. So you have until 7:30 to make your donation of the $20. Okay. If you're tuning in via YouTube, you can find that information in the description box below. If you were tuning in via via podcast, I was going to say PayPal. If you're tuning in via the podcast, you guys can go ahead and make your donation via PayPal, which is the number 4, your inner voice at gmail.com. Once again, that's the number 4, your inner voice at gmail.com. The same way my podcast is spelt is the same way that you spell my channel, as well as my email, as well as my PayPal. You just need to add gmail.com. If you want to cash at me, you can, which is $KIMOY 106. $KIMOY 106 is my cash app. So check out the specials that we have going on this month. The daily vibrations are uploaded every day, usually around 12:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, not just on YouTube, but also on my podcast. Am I missing anything? The next meditation will be the new moon meditation on January 24th. So if you guys are interested, you can also make a donation. If you missed this one, you can join us on the next one, okay? All right, my lovelies, I love each and every one of you, okay? So be kind to yourself. Do something kind for yourself, okay? Honor yourself, and I will see you guys in the next daily vibration. Check out your individual videos for the week, okay? We take a look at what's going on this week, and they should all be uploaded, definitely. If I have not done them all by later today, definitely by Saturday. I got most of them done, so check out your individuals. If you don't see them uploaded today, you'll definitely see them by tomorrow. Okay, my loves, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I'll see you guys in your dailies tomorrow. Bye, my loves.